Hello everyone and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back on the Sony Playstation 1. I'm the Sheepy Dane, and today we're going to take care of this warp room, and I forgot to set my analog controls like yet again. Thank you very much. So yeah, today we're going to take care of this level hanging out, and we're not taking on digging it yet, I don't think. So let's just move on, let's hang out, let's chill, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is the final level of the sewer levels. It's the last sewer level of the game. So I hope you guys, to any of you guys that really despise sewer levels out there, I bet you're all gonna be jumping for joy, because I don't know why actually, because the sewer level, this probably has like some of the best sewer levels in any game this game does. So oh my god. Alright, so watch out for scrubbing bubbles here, because they come out of nowhere. It's like freaking mad. Seriously, it just comes speeding out of nowhere. They're practically impossible to avoid. I don't like those things, as most people will probably guess. But to be honest, it's probably of all the levels in the game, this will probably be one of the ones where I have the least to talk about, because it's everything's been covered before. It's yet another sewer level, you know. This level does actually have a secret exit though, which I will be showing off, because obviously it's a walkthrough LP sort of deal. I need to show it off. But fortunately, actually unfortunately, that's halfway through a level. So to get everything in the game, you actually need to play the stage twice. And out of all the sewer levels, this is actually the most bland of them. So there's not much to say about it. It's still not bad. I mean, none of the levels in this game are really bad per se, it's just some of them are better than others. But remember what I mentioned beforehand about timing. Now, when you're on these grates, you still need to time and make sure you move at the right time too, well, otherwise you'll die. But I think it's, oh god, it's either this, I think it's this level now as well, that during one of the secret paths, you actually have to use this move, you know, this little pull up move. Now how do you do that move? Well, basically you press the circle button, and this is literally the only time in this game that you will see it used. It is really not that required for much of anything, so just keep moving on and killing the boxes. My god, I didn't know the boxes were alive. We've been murdering boxes. Oh no. I really need to readjust my mic by here though, because unfortunately I can't see half the screen. But anyway, I think we're coming up to the crystal by here, so let's just jump down here. Yep, here's the crystal right next to this checkpoint box. Now grab that. Now if we move back here, there is a hole. We don't want to go down here yet, but that hole is the secret passageway to get to exit to another level. It's a secret level passageway, so we'll be going there eventually. But first things first, let's head into the bonus room and grab ourselves some delicious apples. Wumpa fruit even, because I know people are probably going to scream at me for saying it wrong. And a lot of boxes. Now what you want to do by here is simply just dodge the nitro crates. The nitro crates are abysmal in this area, because look at them. They go a bit mad at this point in the game, because this is actually where the game starts to really kind of increase in difficulty. So just be careful, take your time. Right, after a couple of attempts, I managed to actually get that down. Now, that is a very tricky little segment there, so the only bit of advice I could really give you is, as you're bouncing on the boxes, attack the spin button. That's the only bit of advice I can give you to get past that little bouncing section there. It's not too bad, but it can be very, 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 very difficult to, get by. I mean, well, it depends how good you are at timing stuff, really, to be honest. I'm not very good, so it took me a good few attempts, so that's an extra 10 minutes of my video that I need to edit out. But no worries, no worries. Better 10 minutes than no minutes. And be careful when hitting a switch, because the hitboxes of those explosions are pretty big, as you probably do know at this point in this game. So If you're too close on nitro crates, chances are you'll explode, and as you would guess, exploding is not cool. No one likes to explode. But with that, that is the end of this level, so just grab the gem and move on our way and finish off the rest of this warp room. So it's not too bad. I mean, the level can be a bit tricky. The hardest part of it is the bonus section, though. Well, one of the hardest parts. We still got another part to go in that is actually the hardest part of this level. So let's just get our gems all into place and head back in. Woo! Alright, now we're back in this room where the crystal was. Let's just head on down to this hole back here. So, like I said, halfway point of the level where you get the crystal, move on up here. Now, fortunately, they give you a lot of extra lives, but this here is where you're going to need to start utilizing the pull-up ability that I mentioned by pressing the circle button on these grates, because, as you can tell, these enemies are moving way too fast. You will not be able to get by without using the crouch ability, but I'm going to jump quickly because, never mind. No, I want the rumper fruit! But I wanted the fruit. No matter. Anyway, that secret exit will lead back to the hidden warp room here, where we're gonna go to the next proper secret level of the game, Totally Fly. 90s slang, don't you love it? But this stage is extremely difficult stage because, as you can probably guess from the intro warp room by here, it is extremely dark, and you got these fireflies to actually go about. Now, what you're going to want to do is actually grab hold of the firefly and, well, move as fast as you can. If you don't, then chances are you're going to lose because, well, it's a very steep time limit, and because it's so dark out in the stage, it is actually very likely that you will just run off into a pit. So grab every checkpoint you can and be very quick. Those little UFO enemies aren't too big a deal either, so actually most of the enemies in the stage aren't a big deal because you can see them regardless normally because they glow a little bit. Not much, but they're a bit more visible in the rest of the environment, so. But seriously, this stage is really freaking difficult, especially when you get to a certain part later on, which actually I think it's a bit further on from here. Basically, you need to be as quick as possible, as you guess. Now, this little warp room by here, you need to be quick, because this firefly is moving along regardless of you touching it. So, what you want to do is basically hit it. Well, just move as fast as you can, because otherwise the firefly is going to go too far ahead, and if it goes too far ahead, well, that's going to happen. So, just be careful. Fortunately, they leave this Wumpa fruit on that platform there to signify where you're meant to jump. So as long as you're really fast, you shouldn't have too much of trouble, but that warp room is probably the trickiest one in the game. This is technically, because it's the final secret level of the game, in terms of level select anyway, this is actually meant to, I assume this was meant to be like the final part, you know, the final chapter, so be careful when sliding that enemy into those TNT crates because it can quite easily kill you. Now, you might be wondering what I'm doing here, but don't touch that firefly just yet, because what you want to do is simply fumble around here for freaking God knows how long, because I'm too scared to go too far ahead. There's a lot of these stompy crates. Now, what am I on about stompy crates? Well, basically, these crates by here that I'm breaking by ground slamming, the only way you can get them is ground slamming. And because it's the time limit on getting these, you need to be very quick. I mean, you need to be like lightning to get through this. So, I think that's all of them in the area. I would really advise you to do that. And let's just move onwards. Now, when I said there isn't much time to get this, there is none at all. I mean, that firefly has already disappeared. But I think now this is the home stretch. We are almost there. So let's just grab the last of the crates. This is it. Here's the end of the stage. Boom. It's time to blow the nitros. Get the... Yes! Oh, the gem's delicious. Ah, there we go. There's the hardest level probably complete. Actually, it's not... I don't know if that is the hardest level, because there's a level coming up that a lot of people do think is the hardest level in the whole game, and I'm not looking forward to showing out enough, but that's now done. So, no cutscene yet. and we've been at it for about 15 or so minutes, ignoring the fact I played through the level a second time. So, I'm going to call it a part here. Sorry if it's a bit short. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, appreciate a like or comment on the video. Remember, return, we will take care of Digging It, where we get introduced to a brand new gameplay mechanic. So, thanks for watching. See you all next time. Bye!